Oh, hot dog. Let's talk about ChatGPT, their search function, what this means for your plumbing company, and what you should probably be looking at doing now before this thing turns into a paid platform and you have to get influence that way. So let's go.
The Mammoth Plumber podcast with Tyler Williams on the mic. He's dropping marketing gold, making your business spike.
Okay, so ChatGPT, I've got it open on my laptop over here. They have basically launched their actual internet search. So now you can use ChatGPT to ask it questions and it's gonna hit up the internet for results. Currently, there's no paid ads on this thing. It is just straight organic results, which means there's a bit of a window here that I think is going to be important as people start utilizing it. But don't be surprised if you wake up in 2 weeks and suddenly you got to pay to play with their ad platform. So everybody knows that ChatGPT and Google are kind of in this interesting battle. They're trying to figure out how is this large language model AI search going to change the landscape when it comes to human behavior. And I've been curious about this myself. So just to give you a quick example, and I highly recommend that you go into ChatGPT and you start typing away at things. To give you a quick example, it is currently searching the internet and making its own rankings. Maybe it's crawling another search engine. Maybe it's got a partner with Bing because of their Microsoft stuff. I'm not sure. But what I put in is if you're seeking please let me know who I should call in Fairbanks, Alaska to work on my water heater, because that's where I am, right? First company that comes up, Prospector Plumbing and Heating, happens to be a client of mine. Next one is Rocky's Heating, happens to be down the road from me. Third one is J&J Mechanical, also a company that I know of. I've lived here a long time. But what's interesting is it does give me sources. So there's a little sources button down at the bottom that I can tap and I can see what pages made this thing pop up. Now, for our client, Prospector Plumbing and Heating, if you click on their link, it takes you right to a water heater page. What does that tell you? What that tells you is that ChatGPT isn't just searching for the plumber, it's searching for the service that I actually asked for it. And it means that the page that we have for that client is ranking into their system and then actually populating onto the results that they give me. Now, this is likely going to change how it flows and where they're getting the information, all that stuff I haven't dug into yet. But the biggest thing is, what do you need to be thinking about as you move forward into the future regarding your own company and this kind of result? Because I think this is going to grow. Biggest recommendation I have right now is if you do not have a page for every single service for your company, if each page doesn't mention where you do business, which really should be in your footer, then you are likely going to run into a problem as these things take root. Because the more pages you have, the reason why we showed up for water heater is because we have a water heater installation, water heater repair page. Those pages allow ChatGPT and Google and Bing to rank your business, giving you the opportunity to show up for those searches. So if you're sitting out there forever with 2-page website, well, you've got to start putting some work into it. And realistically, the pages need to evolve with your website. Now, you've heard me sort of temper expectations on SEO before and how I think you need to do paid advertising for a while before you get to the revenue point where you really can invest in SEO over a long period of time. I will tell you, the Prospector Plumbing and Heating, when we launched their website, it did not launch with all of these pages. There's a ton on there. But we've built them over time, and then that helped build the machine that their company is today. But it took a long time. That's why I usually say run ads to get awareness up. And as you are doing that, you're working on SEO in small chunks, but you're not investing a lot in there until you have the revenue to support that investment. And a lot of you early guys, you don't have that yet. Trick is to get there. So, and you need money, which means you need eyeballs. You need people to know who you are. That doesn't happen with SEO right out of the gate, especially in a competitive world. But take a look at your website. You should have a home, you should have an about, you should have a contact, you should have service areas, and then you should have your services, and every single service that you offer needs its own page with enough content to actually make sense to your user. And if you need help writing those, guess what? You've got ChatGPT to help write it. However, there's a lot of nuance to this stuff when you do things, but for most of you, just trying is gonna help so much that I want you to do it if you have the means to do it yourself. And then when you get to the point where you're like, I'm overwhelmed with this stuff, then you can hire somebody like us to do it for you, right? But in the meantime, even if you're working with another agency or SEO or whatever, I would absolutely make sure that you've got these services split out and you got your service areas split out. So what do I mean by service areas? I mean the cities that you hit with your company that are inside of your service area. Write a page about that city. Write a page about what you offer that city. Write a page on why they should call you for that. And I mean one page encapsulating all these topics. Now, the thing that you have to be careful of is, well, okay, what about all these neighborhoods? What about these sub-cities? What about these like parks, like tiny little areas? As you get further and further niched down, people don't search that much, right? They're going, like when somebody's looking for a plumber, there's only so far down into the rabbit hole that they're gonna go. So start big. Start with your main cities, then you can get into like counties or sub-cities. Counties are a little bit bigger, but and then you can kind of work it down, right? But eventually you'll get to a point where you're like, it doesn't really make sense for us to make a page for this because there's like 2 searches a month. And we have another one over here where there's 100. So let's go after the page that gets 100 searches and maybe we can rank for that and then start getting that traffic. That's kind of how you end up prioritizing this stuff. And there's tools out there that can help you sort of look at overall traffic flow for certain keywords in your area. So that is the overall thing of ChatGPT, what they're doing with their search, and what you should probably start doing now, if you already aren't, to make sure that you can capitalize on this. I think there is going to be an early adopter period that is going to help us all out with organic. I think that they are going to try and lift organic up. Like, I don't see any Yelp, I don't see any Angie's List, I don't see any Reddit, I don't see any of these large publishers that are sort of like stuffing the results right now. All I see are local businesses here. That's not what Google's doing. Google is saying, well, we know you asked for this, but why don't we send you to a list of 10 more plumbers on Angie's List, or you can pay to have an ad right here. Does that sound good? That's what Google's doing. ChatGPT will likely get there because anytime you have eyeballs, you monetize eyeballs, and that's precisely what's going to happen. But it might be a while before we actually see that, giving you an edge to go in and do stuff that maybe you can get a little bit of an edge over people in your market who you don't have an edge in on Google. So this is an interesting development. We're going to be watching it like crazy. And I think that it's something you need to be aware of, that all of these language models, it's not just ChatGPT. Google has Gemini, and then you've got Bing doing their Copilot stuff. Eventually, we have to watch out for the changing behavior of the consumer and ride that behavior pattern out. I don't care what platform it's on. One day we'll wake up and be like, remember when we used to Google things? Obviously, we aren't there now, but I want my clients to be there before anybody else. Anyway, if you found this useful, please like the video. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. And then if you would like us to take a look at your marketing, just schedule a consult. You can find it at tylerwilliams.net or Mammoth for Plumbers, which is the agency that I run. So hope you guys have a good one, and we'll see you on the next little bit about plumbing. Woo!
Want to grow your business? Here's the plan. Go to tylerwilliams.net and be the top in the land. Now let me tell you the epic tale of how Tyler Williams became the marketing man. His story begins when he was just a year-old lad. His mother needed a plumber, but their ads were so bad. The house flooded and sank, and young Tyler was mad. Swallowed by the earth, into the abyss they fell. He blamed the bad marketing that led them to this hell. At 1 year old he vowed to the stars above he'd harness marketing power and give plumbers some love. He's Tyler Williams, the marketing baby. From tragedy he rose to bring plumbers joy. With a vow to the stars and a plan in his hand, he's the one who saved them the marketing baby. 10 years later, he set out on a quest to find ancient secrets that would make him the best. He tamed Mark the Mammoth and rode the wilderness fast, fighting grand campaigns, leaving them in the past. In a glowing cave with light so bright, he found a dead wizard clutching tablets of might. For 30 long years he studied those stones, deciphering marketing secrets that shook him to his bones. He's Tyler Williams, the marketing boy, imbued with power, turning pain into joy. With fire in his eyes and stone-carved campaigns, he brings plumbers the truth to ease their pains. 30 years later he emerged from the cave, riding Mark the Mammoth, a legend so brave. Back to Alaska with tablets in tow, he chiseled new ads ready to make them glow. His campaigns were epic like discovering fire. Plumbers would soar, lifted ever higher. He hit the launch button, the world wasn't prepared. Neighborhoods flooded with jokes as Tyler declared. After 40 long years of learning marketing power, the baby became a boy. The boy became a man, and now Tyler Williams finally became the fabled marketing man. He's Tyler Williams, the marketing man, bringing plumbers out of the Stone Age as fast as he can. With jokes and memes, he blankets the land. Soccer mom swoon, it's all part of the plan. Now Tyler roams the world with boldness and might, crafting campaigns that set everything right. He's bald, bearded, with glasses in place, laughs at his jokes, but they're never out of place. With a smile and a wink, he launches the show. His ads are dumb, but they make plumbers grow. He's the marketing man with campaigns so grand, bringing plumbers out of the Stone Age as he planned. So when you see Tyler, remember his quest. He's the marketing man who's simply the best. Bald and bold, with a mission so grand, he's Tyler Williams, the marketing man.